Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on the first season of Adventure Time. Now, Adventure Time was a show on Cartoon Network that first aired on April the 5th, 2010 and ended its run in September 2018. And there have been other follow-ups like Adventure Time Distant Lands, as well as being a Fiona and Kate series. So I'm mainly going to be covering the first season that started it all. And keep in mind, back in 2010, Cartoon Network had shows like Zenblock Titans, Generator Rex, Ben 10, Ultimate Alien, as well as a lot more other shows that came into the woodwork, like Young Justice. And the first season of Adventure Time, I would say, is a bit more light-hearted, but a bit more different. What's actually interesting is that, given the fact this is the first season, Finn is meant to kind of be a bit more adventurous, a bit more wiser, but still see things like a little kid does. And I think the point of the first season is meant to give you a taste of what the land of Ooo is, from the Candy Kingdom, the Ice Kingdom, as well as giving you an insight to the first look of the characters, like Princess Bubblegum, who is meant to kind of be the princess of the Candy Kingdom, and even in the first episode when she mentions how a diseased candy person saying that they used to date, giving you a foreshadowing to her age. I think when you've got Ice King, he's meant to be a kind of sad, miserable old man, and there are hints to his behaviour than there is. And you've even got Marceline, who does appear in 2 episodes, and there is even hints a bit to her backstory and the way she is. I think what's interesting in the first season is when Finn and Jake go and say Adventure Time, you kind of got the icon and that lighting up and kind of giving you that taste of that kind of early season feel to it. And I would say the episodes, in my opinion, definitely do have a bit of a moral. I think when you kind of got the episode The Jiggler, there is a bit of a message about not taking an animal out from the wild, and best to leave it where it should be. I also think when you've got the episode Wizards, there is a bit of a message about not accepting free things from people, as there's always a bit of a con to it. And I think when you've got the episode My Two Favourite People, there is also a bit of a message about bringing your friends together, but don't become jealous of them when they are getting to know each other. And keep in mind, characters that did appear one time would appear again, like Tiffany in the episode My Two Favourite People, Ricardio the Heart Guy, who's meant to be Ice King's heart, who was voiced by George Takei. And I would say there are moments where the show kind of gives you the hints of the sort of future bit of dark behaviour, like Ricardo the Heart Guy's plans on making out with Princess Bubblegum's heart, which gives you a foreshadowing to the darker stuff. And when you've got the episode Dungeons, they kind of show the whole Guardian Angel's true face, as well as Princess Bubblegum in the episode Dukes, more demonic evil phase when she turns green and bold and almost like amphibian. And I would also say as well, given the fact that with the first season, you can kind of tell Jeremy Shade still had his young kid voice before growing into the Finn voice. And I think that was kind of the point of Finn's character, because over the course of the series, we saw how Jeremy Shader did grow up, sounded a bit older, and sounded kind of like a more older, wiser character. And I will also say as well is that there are hints that there's more truths about the Land of Ooo than there is, given the fact in one of the episodes when Jake and Finn try to get back Jake's powers in the episode Witch's Garden, there is bits and pieces of old things in a junkyard, like cars and garbage and so on. And even in the episode The Ocean of Fear, when Jake and Finn are going under the sea, there's hints of old buildings, houses, and so on. And this does kind of remind me a bit of the 1975 film Wizards, given the fact that a nuclear war destroyed the planet and fairies and other things took over. And I think this is pretty much a good idea of foreshadowing, giving you a taste of what the Land of Ooo used to look like when it was originally cities, towns, and other things. I also feel, to me, the episodes do work as morals. Like, you can tell when you've got the episode Dungeon, there is a bit of a message about realizing that your friends always were there to help you out. And I think the point of the episode, When the Wedding Bell Falls, there is a message about not forcing someone into marrying you and not doing it to try and make yourself feel important. And I think as well, given the fact Adventure Time's first season can go dark, there's moments where it definitely is more light-hearted, jokeful, but not taking things too seriously just yet. And yeah, there's characters that don't really feel properly developed, like Gunter, BMO, and so many others, as well as LSP. So I think, to me, the first season of Adventure Time is a little bit of a hit and miss, but it is definitely still enjoyable, despite a few mishaps. So I think it still deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.